I just went to the gym. I have a sweater over, just to ensure that I keep warm. I grabbed some dinner and I thought, let's go ahead and do the nightcap reading before it gets too late so that I won't disappoint my Libras. This is a general reading. It's not a one-to-one reading, okay? So it may or may not resonate. I'm going to say hello from time to time. I'm not going to read too many of the comments because sometimes some people, well, they don't keep it PG, okay? So because that, I've elected, come lately, just not to read so many comments, okay? Also, it stops the flow of the reading. This is not a one-to-one reading, so please do not ask for personal reading. Those are for, but I don't advertise them unless you ask me, okay? Hi, Kat. How are you doing? Today's your birthday. Oh, happy birthday, Kat, and many, many more. And what an auspicious time, right around the full moon. Wow, wonderful. I hope that you did something beautiful today that made you feel good. This is your birthday season, so we have food. Okay, and to my other Libras, every Libra out there that has a birthday in September or October, moreover October now, love you so much, and I hope that you're having a wonderful birthday season. It's nothing like a birthday. Awesome sauce. Great. Well, let's see what Spirit would like to talk to us about today. Thank you so much for my subscribers returning. Thank you so much to the people that are thinking of subscribing. Please hit the like button. I hit the like button on the way in. I know that's crazy, but I do that to the people I like because then if I have to go, I don't forget. Wow, you guys have some cards here, so let's see what else they want to talk about because there's a lot of cards keep falling out. My goodness, guys. Are you sure? That's a lot of cards. Is that it? Are we done? I have a lot of cards coming out. You have a lot. Whoa. Are we done? Because, whoa, cards. It's almost half the deck, guys. Oh, my goodness. Wow, powerhouses today. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Kat. I think we're right, Spirit. All right. They're like, yeah, we're done. Oh, wow. You're not going to believe this. Look at the way they ended up. I see. You didn't want me to know. Okay. Well, I didn't want to know either. There's a king that is feeling very overwhelmed. Indeed. Very overwhelmed indeed. But you know what? They're telling me those are their decisions that make them feel overwhelmed. They were supposed to go season in their life. And they didn't have enough patience to do so. There's the new beginning. Here we go again. You know, I'm going to say something because of the two cards that are coming out side by side. This king is angry, but also refusing to go through the portal, refusing to end this particular cycle. No, I can keep going. Have you ever really, Spirit? This is what they're telling me. Have you ever like shook a ketchup bottle? You're hitting it and nothing's coming out, or the mayonnaise jar, and you're like trying your best because you want to make that sandwich, and and you know you're trying to get the mayonnaise, and there's no mayonnaise left. Well, that's the way that they're coming out. You know, like this King of Pentacles is trying to, how should I say, beat fate. They're trying to outrun fate. So when the Wheel of Fortune keeps coming out, telling you, it's the end, it's the end. It's the end, you know. And you gotta just go with that. It's the end, guys, because fate has spoken, meaning God. Okay? All right, let's put that away there. Let's begin our reading. Wow. I think I grabbed it right. Yeah. The first card that comes out for the Libra Collective is the Empress. Way to go. Way to style and profile. Look at that. So we're going to make that our theme card. And you've been coming out as the Empress for quite a while now. First it was the Emperor, and the Empress, and vice versa. And it hasn't really faded away. The only thing is that some were not holding the vibration. I can tell you that. You know, I'm going to say it like this because this is what the universe is telling me to say. Graduation is for everybody. And when I say graduation, I'm talking about metaphysically, spiritually. Graduation is for everybody. But not everybody will graduate. So the people that have been able to hold the energy of the Emperor and Empress, regardless, it doesn't matter whether you're a man or a woman, you're the one that's succeeding at this time. Female, masculine, it doesn't matter. Libra Collective. If you have gone with the flow of the Wheel of Fortune, which also keeps on coming out in your readings. Remember, this is a general reading. It's not a one-to-one. But in general, it keeps coming out in your readings. If you've allowed the ebb and the flow of life to change, to move forward, to transcend, you're having a better time of it right now. But if you're like people that are king of coins that we saw, not change, unwilling to see reason, my way or the highway type of person, you're probably having a go of it right now. You're probably having a really hard time. So the way to go right now is in that direction of that Empress, okay? And the other thing is the Empress is elegance. And Libras at heart, the refined Libras, want to go with the elegance and want to go with having the niceties of life and the luxuries. But at the same time, they're also with the knowledge that you got to work for what you have. So it's not meaning work with sweat. It's meaning working at refining your character, your life, the way you can live, and without the Seven of Swords, which is what that king was showing. It's not trying to get away with murder, trying to do things behind people's backs. You know, at work, it's the one-upmanship. Have you ever been at work? And I've had plenty of roles where I had a cubicle and working with 50 different women who were very catty, and they were always trying to one-up you to try to be the flavor of the month at the office. You don't have to do that. All you have to do is refine yourself with dignity and elegance. Be the embodiment of the Empress. You don't have to do the dog eat dog world. It doesn't have to be that way. And it also shows when people are ruffians, you know? If you have to behave that way, fighting all the time and, mudslinging and, calling attention to other people's shortcomings, etc., it only goes to show that you don't have you're not very elegant. You don't have the refinements necessary. So remember, Libra, you need to refine your act, okay? Don't worry about if things are going slowly financially. It's picking up speed. It's just not time yet. Certain things are not time yet, and they will come in with time. Not only do you get the Empress, but you get the Libra Queen, the Queen of Swords, to come in and speak on your behalf. What is she saying? To leave all of this behind, and I just finished saying that in a nutshell. Leave it all behind. Oh God, Let me see. Don't kill me. Capricorns. Aries, my eldest is an Aries. Oh, and Aries will fight you until you just say, you know what, motherfucker, you win. You win. Just shut the fuck up already. Have a cup of shut the F up. I just made it just especially for you. Okay? Don't be like that. Let the other people show their lack of breeding. One thing that I loved about the 70s and 80s, the mid 70s and 80s, even in the early 19th, was the dress. Lord and Taylor. Everybody had Gucci on. Everybody dressed to the nines. But there was also breeding. The majority of people that could afford it had breeding, manners. And this is just people that are willing to cause problems, strife. And I'm going to tell a story. And I hope a certain someone is listening, because I've told it before, but I'm sure he missed it. In San Antonio, Texas, where I'm from, we have old money areas, and then we have new money areas. The old money areas came with a lot of refinement, a lot of people that were, oh my God, they had money, they had trust funds, they would wear the real Rolexes, not fake ones. But then around the late 80s, early 90s, came a neighborhood called Stone Oak in San Antonio, Texas. And all those people pretty much came from new money. And you couldn't tell them anything. They were rude, they were crude. And that's when being politically correct started to change in San Antonio. It's in the outskirts. It's still considered part of San Antonio, but they call it Stone Oak. Well, they have money because most of them are techie people or investment people. And so that's how they made their money. But they didn't necessarily. There you go. So you know what I'm talking about. And so they were very snooty. I was an educator from 19. Oh, I love Selma. It's so old town feeling. I love it there. Literally, you couldn't tell them anything. And I used to drive. I started with driving a bus of all things. That's why I had my CDL. You couldn't tell the children anything, because right away they'd go run to mom and dad, and mom and dad will want to write a letter, etc. They were very snooty, had no class whatsoever, had no breeding, no upbringing whatsoever. If you go to the other side of town, which Kat may be able to tell you, which is way, way, way further towards the quarry, totally different from Stoke, right? Totally different. In that area is all old school, Alamo Heights, etc. That's the pearl of San Antonio. And those people all had breeding. So there's a difference. So that's what this is reminding me of, is you can't buy breeding. You can buy a good house. You can buy a nice house. And you can buy a nice landscape for your house and trees to put there, plants, a good siding or whatever. Exactly, Alamo Heights. See, she knows. Kat knows. But that doesn't buy you manners. That just means that you earned money somehow. See, and Alamo Heights, in that area, people were handed down their money. It was a bunch of different generations that lived there. And that's how the money was transferred wealth-wise. So that's what they're telling me, Libra. For whatever reason, the goddess, or should I say the empress herself, along with the Queen of Swords, elegance, refinement, justice, right, is what they're asking. And it doesn't matter whether you're a male or you're a female. asking for you to become more refined and not give in to the squabble, or not give in to people that want to argue or fight with you, or put you under the bus. You know what? Maybe they need the job more than you do. Maybe they need the clout more than you do. Maybe that's their way of groveling. Maybe they grew up hungry. Maybe they had to share hand-me-downs. Luckily, all my sisters, all my siblings were way older than me, and we had more than enough money. I never had to live like that. You know, I've known poverty in adulthood, but not in my youth, not at home. But you never know. Maybe they had to deal with something like that forces them to behave like everything is a fight or an argument. Everything is a fight or an argument. I had a person that I know tell me that his parents never had to really wash his clothes because he was always clean. Snootiness, uppityness, pretentiousness is not the same as having refinement. Refinement is being able to hold your tongue. Refinement is exactly off of Broadway. Refinement is being able to know when to speak. And speaking, making an educated point. Almost park exactly. Not fighting for every little thing and showing that you know how to fight. You know what that's called in San Antonio? And I can say it because I'm from the west side. That's called ghetto. Skid Row-ish, you know, that's ghetto. Stop being ghetto. I hate to old school you, but that's what Spirit is saying. Let the other people, or purposely, for people in general, or person, however many, let them be ghetto. But you need to show refinement. The sign of Libra, in and of itself, is refinement. We like to, surround ourselves with beauty, but do we match the refinement on the inside, or do we allow it to shine on the outside when we speak to people? When I was a little kid, and this doesn't mean I'm better than anybody. I'm not suggesting that at all. When I was a little kid, I was around 8. I would take the dictionary with me to the restroom, and I would learn at least one word a week. Refine yourself. Build yourself up. You're from the South Side. Okay, there you go then. She knows. She knows. When you know, you know. So again, if you're a Libra, step it up. You know, the thing that I haven't been doing a lot, and I'm starting to do it again, is, of course, right now I just got out of the gym. And I blew dry my hair as well as I could so I didn't get sick. I used to wear my makeup all the time. I used to wear my jewelry all the time, and I was always dressed. That's one thing one of my sisters always taught me. Never leave home looking crazy. You never know who you're going to meet. And I have gotten away from that. And as a matter of fact, I'm kind of taking a sabbatical, and purposefully though, for the last 3 days, 2 days, I've been in a grunge mood because I'm just that way. I mean, I grew up, I'm an 80s person, so I grew up like that, and, punk style, etc., grunge. So I don't dress that way all the time, but a couple of days this week, because it's kind of like a reset, right? And if you're just at home, who cares? Who cares? But when you do go out, Libra, look your best, If you put on lipstick, put on lipstick. You can't even see my lips, because this, once upon a time, 30 years ago, I thought I was being slick for myself, and permanent makeup was just coming out. I asked for stop sign red, and she gave me the red that I have on my shirt right now. It's not candy apple red. It's more like a red with a maroon. So that's why my lips are tinged this way. It's all gone, but not quite. But if you wear lipstick, wear lipstick. If you're a guy and you wear a pullover with a nice collar, do that. Don't always wear t-shirts. Not to say you can't look nice in a t-shirt, but just be more refined. I know that the person that I was seeing for a while, he got less and less refined as time went on, and he would come with crazy looking get-ups, and I would just look, and I wouldn't say anything. But it matters. It matters. If you wear cologne, if you wear perfume, that it would be airy, and yeah, it stays in the air as you're passing, but not to where it's obnoxious. Those obnoxious smells. Anybody old school Avon? Ladies that used to wear the Avon, oh my God, the Avon, like, talk about staying in the air, and then they bathe in it. Please don't do that. So just step up your game. It looks like God wants you to be more refined, going out of 2024 and into 2025. Knight of Wands, again, having to do with how you talk, how you address things, but also feels like this one is coming from a distance. Some messages are coming from a distance. You may be chosen for something. I don't know why I'm hearing that. I really don't. I don't know why I'm hearing that you may be picked for something. Maybe it's something you want. And of course, it's not going to resonate for everybody. Exactly. Okay. It's just going to be for a chosen few, but maybe you want something from a state, because I feel like somebody's going to be picked for something out of state. Okay. I don't know how to take this, Libra. Take this. So we may have to clarify this one. I'm going to leave it sideways for now, because that came reversed. We have to be willing to change. I'm sorry. We have to be willing to change. Let me tell you another small story. So I go to the doctor. The medical assistant takes my blood pressure. And it was right. I know it was right, because that's the way I run. It was 190 over 109. So, of course, doing her due diligence, the doctor comes in, and she's like, I'm going to have to send you to the ER. And I'm looking at her, and she's like, yeah, because I said, I know, that's comatose. I know, because I'm a medical assistant. I said, I understand. But understand this. If you think I'm stressed out now to where my blood pressure is like that, when you send me to the ER, they're going to charge me $10,000 to $20,000 for an ER visit. What are they going to do? Give me medication that you could give me. So then it's going to stress me out even more. But I understand you're doing due diligence, and you have to do what you got to do. So what did she do? She decided to give me a moment to calm down, etc. I was nervous and upset because I had just come from another appointment. And you're in the car and you're flying, etc. And I mean, I'm not going to say that it could be risen 30 points to that degree, but in my instance, it could, because biologically, genetically, on both sides, I'm predisposed. So she gave me the time to calm down, gave me the good news. I have no diabetes. I had to go. Just my blood pressure, which I already knew. So when she's talking to me and she's addressing all these other things, it came back well, etc., I took the opportunity to do what I do with you guys when I do my 3-minute meditation. I go within, I quiet myself, I calm myself, and that's the same thing the martial artists do, okay? Especially when they're doing their meditation. So when she took it again, it was 169 over like 80. So change is good. You have to be willing to change. Sometimes change is not so happy. Let's say losing a house. Going through a divorce. Going through foreclosure, right? Bankruptcy. Those are things, somebody that's sick. It's not exactly the happiest thing to go through. But sometimes even that, you got to go with the flow. So I feel like somebody is stuck, like not wanting to change. But we're going to leave it right there. We'll clarify it in a little bit, okay? Moving on. I'm telling you, the energy is moving extremely fast. This change is necessary. Look. Without even clarifying, I'm being told. I'm being told. It doesn't really matter what you want, my dear. And I know I'm speaking to one person out there that doesn't want to hear it. Doesn't really matter what you want. I wish it did matter. Why? Because we all have a right to dictate however our life is going to go. But in some instances, it doesn't matter what you want. Spirit has already said this is done. It's done. Okay? Yes, ma'am. I see you. See what I mean? Well, maybe just give me a couple of seconds. I can lift about 100 pounds of weight. Okay? I don't have upper body strength. But this person, do they look comfortable? No, they don't. Again, somebody here is trying to prolong a tower moment. But we already have the Ten of Swords. It's already done. You just think that you are in control. Again, I'm speaking to one person out there that doesn't want change. The Ten of Cups is what's waiting. The Ten of Cups is what's waiting. Look, along with the Magician. But you've got to allow that tower to fall. Oh my gosh. The Nine of Cups too. Somebody or some Libras are about to have a beautiful visitor come into their life. Maybe here for a short time, maybe here for a long time. Maybe a new love. It's going to take you on a whirlwind romance that's going somewhere beautiful. But the choice is ultimately yours, always. Always. Spirit always leaves it up to us. Like, even though that's good, I hope they enjoy. Even when Spirit knows you've dragged your feet, you've dragged your chance to get on board, get this over with. Sooner or later, they just have to take over. They just have to take over. I will say in romance, feels like one person dragging their feet to make a decision. If they don't make that decision, that's fine. That they're going to stay in their misery, and the Libra is going to have justice on their side. And have it looks like you're going to live happily ever after, for lack of a better term, because of the Nine of Cups, the Ten of Cups, the Justice, the Magician, the Six of Wands. Wow. This person will still be left thinking as if they have time to contemplate. Your time to contemplate on all things. Why? Because I'm telling you, not because I want to be right, but because what I see in the cards. Certain things are set in stone. They're changing. They're supposed to be for you, but you've got to let that happen. Because look, you're still like, oh, I don't know. Spiritually, I tried holding hands with people because I know that change is scary in some instances. They didn't want to move. They didn't want to change. So what do you want from me then? King of Wands will be left behind, crying in their pool of tears, because it's done. It's done. Nothing more can be said. So again, we were going to clarify, but we didn't need to clarify because the Tower is being clarified by the Death card, by the Seven of Cups, by the Eight of Swords, and by the Two of Coins, and then by the Death itself. And it doesn't matter whether you want it or you don't want it. It doesn't matter. And I'm only speaking to a couple of people that are going through a hard time because they're fighting it. They don't want to change. It's done. You don't say no because it doesn't matter. They gave you time to get used to the idea. You just never decided to get used to the idea because you thought you weren't going to have to. Spirit said, well, you're not wrong. Okay. This is all major arcana. Let's see what comes out. Spirit, what would you like? And it is bigger than my hands. Spirit, oh, I saw a double. Spirit, what would you like to tell us, please? And thank you. Is there anything else you'd like to oh my God. I was going to say exaggerate. Who's exaggerating things? Who's exaggerating things, Spirit? Ooh, who's exaggerating things? Spirit, what would you like to elaborate, please? There's a card in here that I parted it right in the middle. What the heck? Oh my God. This card doesn't even belong in here. And it's 2 wands. See what I mean about the indecision? Someone's at a crossroads and they don't want to make a choice. That card doesn't even belong in here. But meanwhile, like day and night, the sun and the moon. Oh, it's not even the moon, it's the star. I'm telling you, I thought it was the moon for some reason. Look, if this person is in the 2 of Wands, and we've already elaborated with the other deck, that if they decide to go with the flow, and they stop fighting it, they get to have the 9 of Cups and the 10 of Cups with you. This scared me because this is double energy of luck. I know it shouldn't scare me, but it did. Because I could have sworn I thought I saw a moon. But look, it says the star and the sun. Those are powerful cards. Good luck and a new beginning. But they're asking, wow, the Empress is coming. Look. The Empress is being asked to have strength and to have wisdom, and don't give in to temptation, because somebody's going to come in to tempt you. Oh my Lord, somebody doesn't want to change, and I mean they don't have to, but what normally happens when people don't want to change, when people don't want to move forward with what God wants for them, what normally happens is they don't get to see the people anymore. We're going into this deck here. They don't get to see the people anymore. Literally, what happens is the people that you were interested in, they just go away. You don't get to see them anymore. They don't numbers, they lose yours. They just not together anymore. So God puts everybody on different timelines. So that's a good reason to change, is if you want to stay on a timeline with someone. Oh my goodness, guys, really. Look. Secrets. Secrets. Secrets may be revealed. Secrets may be revealed. Be surprised. Oh, jeez. Don't be too surprised if secrets aren't. Oh, my Lord. I don't think I can get that, guys. Wow. Ooh, autumn. We're in it. So that means secrets might be revealed really soon. These are kind of new, so they're kind of stiff. I have a bigger deck of the same, but these are a little easier to maneuver. I got 2 for 1 because it got stuck. Has secrets to reveal. They need to work on their shadow side. They need to work on their shadow side. That's the person that's resistant to change. Meanwhile, Libra, look what you get. prosperity. Wow. And I hope that you guys are going to use at least this last day to set an intention, to maybe make a wish with the full moon. Okay? Make a wish with a full moon, because these are very, very good energies to work with right now. We have to take the good with the bad. So when we get the good, mix it up and take that energy and run with it, because right now we are in a very volatile state of energy, guys. The way the planets are aligned and going in and out of retrogrades that have nothing to do with Mercury. Right now I think it's Jupiter. Right now it's Jupiter. I don't even know if I can read my writing because I wrote over it a little bit. See, October, Pluto was in retrograde. Right now, it's Jupiter is in retrograde. In September, we had an Uranus, I think. In November, it's going to be Saturn. And in December, it's going to be Mars. Oy. Oy, oy, oy. Mars is the planet of war. Oy, oy, oy. We already have enough war through the world. Gosh. And the astrology is predicting more war. As far as two astrologers that I listen to, one is Joni, is it Patry? I think that's the way she pronounces her name. And of course, my Leo King, David Palmer. So I don't know, but you have to do that to me, right? I have to cut my hair. They always throw things at me. Look, I haven't even asked anything. The energy of the person that does not want to make a decision. Look, time will tell. Stop with your nasty indecision type of energy towards us. We don't want it. Spirit, is there anything else that you'd like to elaborate on, please? Anything that you'd like to tell us, please? Be gentle with your energy. Again, refinement. Be ladies, be gentlemen. You know, the thing is that a lot of people don't put credit to that anymore. But you should. You should. Do you know how proud I am when a young man that's maybe 10 years old, 11 years old, opens the door for me and keeps it open for me and his mom? Oh my gosh, I'm like, my heart melts. That somebody still teaches their children refinements like that. One more, please and thank you. What did I tell you guys? 10 of Swords. You know, the scene in the movie, even though it wasn't the greatest scene, because they're trying to do her in, the natural witch, in The Craft, the movie The Craft. They're trying to do the natural witch in. But what keeps coming out in my head is, now is the end, let them go in peace. Now is the end, let them go in peace. Now is the end, let them go in peace. Not in the form of death, of course. I wouldn't wish that even on my enemies. Well, maybe my enemies sometimes on a bad day. But the people that won't change. Now is the end. Let them move forward in peace. Let them go in peace. But that's what keeps coming out. Oh my God. Lord, it's going to be the Libra readings are going to be the death of me. Death card. 2 of Swords to a marriage. There's an ending that must happen within someone's marriage. There's an ending. How many times do I have to say it? There is an ending that must occur between 2 people. Unless they live in what's that state? Utah. There's a marriage that needs to end between two people with the 10 of swords and the 2 of swords. It's done. Death to a marriage. Now is the end. Let them split up and go in peace. I wonder they kept saying that in my head. You know that people like me are radio receptors, right? We listen, we hear a lot more than everyday humans do, because we fine tune it on a daily basis. We were born that way. I wish, even to the one person I'm thinking about right now, I wish I was wrong, and I wish you belonged with the person you're with. Not because I want to be right, but because for 6 months it keeps saying the same thing. I cannot make it up. It's done. If it was a freaking damn steak, it would be done. So here we are at the 9s. One more and we're done. So it says releasing of pressure. It needs to be released, and it should have been by this fall, starting in September. Again, people are not listening. People are not listening. And, you know, if it's because you don't have a place to go, you don't know where to go, you don't know what to do, maybe this is your first time that you've ever had to have a separation of any kind from a significant other. Okay, I understand all of that. Totally do, I promise. Been there, done that. But if at the age of 15 I could figure that out, I know you can too. God will give you a way to figure out all of these things. God will give you a tool so that you can figure out all of these things. There's ways, there's steps to go through this. Putting away money in a bank account that nobody knows about, or in somebody else's bank account that you extremely trust, that's not going to take your money, that's just going to hold on to the money for you, you know? I'm so sorry, honey. I hear you. So, you know, you need to move forward into another life. So I don't predict that the Wheel of Fortune is going to stop showing up. As a matter of fact, I predict that it's just going to keep showing itself until it's answered. Until God has the answer that God is looking for within this person or people that need to move forward and create that change. There's no way for you to stay in this relationship without it ending. So let's pretend like you're in a car, whoever I'm talking to. Let's pretend like we're talking it out with a full tank. Then you look down and Spirit is saying you need to make plans because you have half a tank. That's it. You look down, you still haven't made plans because you're so sure you can make it. Now you have a quarter of a tank, and Spirit is like, we told you needed to make plans to get out. And now, instead of listening to Spirit one last time with wisdom and ears to listen and eyes, to see, you keep driving and you're on fumes now. So Spirit is telling me as a tarot reader to tell you, you're on fumes. You're on borrowed time. You're on borrowed time. Your car, which is your life, is running out of gas. It's on fumes. And you will run out of gas. It's just a matter of time. Thank you, Kat. May you be blessed. May everybody that attended this reading, this viewing, as they say, of a casket, because somebody's life is in shambles. They know it, and they need to let it die. Thank you for being here. May you be blessed. May you always, with whatever you send out into the universe, may you be blessed times 10. And I mean that to everybody that happens upon my videos that happen upon my channel. In the same way that you grace me with your prayer and subscribe and shares, I pray that God would equally bless you, my dears. I don't make up the rules, but God knows that I can say it with all earnestment. I have started to follow the flow of the water instead of going against the tide, because you get tired. But when you go the way of God, the direction that He's telling you to go in, you use less energy and you can enjoy life better. So it's not because I want things to end for you. Although I do see beauty coming in your future when you end those things and you let go. Free fall. Free fall. But the choice is yours. But sooner or later, you're going to run out of road. Much love and light to you guys. Have a wonderful night. It's Friday. Do something. Tomorrow's Saturday. I got to work. And I will be in another city tomorrow. I will see y'all then. Maybe for coffee. Good night. Enjoy your eve, cat. And be blessed. May you live to be 100 or more. Good night.